Friends, I don't know what's going on. I don't feel like I'm a real collector anymore because I'm not getting very many new books. Friends, welcome in. This is John's Comics with Friends. I'm John. I'm happy to have you here, and I'm undergoing a little bit of a comic book crisis because my pull list has shrunk considerably. I used to get 3 or 4 books every week. Then there were times when I got even more than that. I've really gotten down to, I think, maybe 4 ongoing titles, a couple of mini series that are wrapping up and things like that, but it's really a really meager weekly pull list. And I'm curious, are you in the same boat? Am I missing the best books? Because that's usually what's happening is I'm missing out on something because my focus has gotten too narrow somehow. I'm going to go through, use the League of Comic Geeks website and kind of go through and look ahead at September and kind of go through the month because my concern is that maybe my collecting has shifted significantly. I've been buying a lot older books and collected editions. I've been getting so many omnis and so many slabs and keys from the silver and bronze age that maybe I've lost track a little bit of kind of the focus. Does that make me less of a collector? This is one of those moral conundrums. You let me know. Where's your comic collecting at these days? And then hopefully we can find some common ground. But I want to share for you the League of Comic Geeks app, our website. You can get it on your phone as well. I'm going to share you straight from the website right now. This is a website I use a lot. It's perfect for helping to look for what's coming ahead, keep abreast of the new comics that are coming out each week, and then maybe narrow or break down your pull list to be a little more active to what you collect. So here we are, the first week in September. This is September 3rd. And what we've got here is some absolute books. I will say I'm not reading any absolute anymore. I gave every one of them at least an arc. None of them, except maybe Wonder Woman, really captivated me. Wonder Woman is the best. I'm just gonna say it. Like it's not even close. Look, I made myself a little bit bigger. I don't know that I like that one much better. Wonder Woman is the best one, but it isn't the only one. There's other ones, and I get it. I get it. Some people prefer those titles, those alternate versions of the characters, and that's fine. Just none of them really clicked with me like Wonder Woman did. And even Wonder Woman, I preferred reading in trade or collected edition. So I'm kind of at that phase with that Ultimate Universe as well as the Absolute Universe. Ultimate is, of course, Spider-Man, X-Men. I've kept up on a couple of those, but really not just reading them digitally. I'm not buying any of these books. Let's scroll down. We got Amazing Spider-Man, TMT, Batgirl, Wonder Woman, the Avengers. I was curious when Storm joined how I would care about it, but it's just I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it, so I'm not up on it. Hey, here's one of the two areas. Yeah, or maybe my pull list is 5 because I see 2 books that I'm reading. Poison Ivy is great. I'm loving Poison Ivy, and I'm usually getting a couple of covers each time it comes out. So yes, Poison Ivy is on my pull list. I've also been pretty consistent with Birds of Prey over there, the second to the far side. But the rest of those on that list, no, not so much. I've never really read much Moon Knight. I'm reading my very first trade of Moon Knight right now. Get out of here with this all new Venom. I just don't. No thanks, gang. Laura Kinney Wolverine sounds interesting, but I just no the creators. None of these creative teams excite me, and the books don't really interest me. So scrolling down here, none of this stuff has really hooked me. I'm just not. Maybe I'm just a grouch. Maybe circumstances is right, and I just hate her, and I don't like anything because I feel like throughout the year there's just not a lot that really excites me when it comes to some of these new books, and I tend to move on pretty quickly. All right, now getting down to the slim stuff that I'm not really looking forward to, so I'm gonna skip us to the second week in September, the 9-10 is what it is. Absolute Batman, get yourself out of here. Ultimate Wolverine, I did enjoy the first few issues, but in the end, the universe just doesn't grab me. In the end, it just kind of feels flat, and I'm not super interested. Transformers, the Energon stuff, I feel similarly about. It's not grabbing me. I've read a fair amount, but I did not keep up. I got bored and I walked away. So maybe I'm just not the right person. Action Comics, I heard good things about Batman Dark Patterns. I think it's a mini series, but I have not read it. I did read some of Batman and Robin Year One, although this looks different. I don't know that I've read this. One World Under Doom is a mini series I am reading. That book is going to wrap, I believe, in September or October. So I will have that run completed. These other ones, I don't know. No, I'm not reading any of these. Punisher Red Band. So a new Punisher series. Green Lantern Corps. I did not keep up with that. Supergirl Spawn. I've never been a Spawn reader. And the Radiant Black universe, I thought was boring. So sorry. But I would say the same with the Geiger universe. And I know people hate on me for that as well. So this whole row here, nothing on here is anything that I really am reading. So Helverine, I tried issue 1. I was actually surprisingly entertained by it, but not enough to keep plunking down the money each month. I did like the Red Hulk issues I read during One World Under Doom, but I'm reading most of that digitally as well. So apologies that are not on my actual pull list. Superior Avengers, I was kind of bored with that one. Did not love that one. Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman. I never read this, but I do believe Tom King is writing this. Somebody let me know. I might need to catch up on that one. I hear, I've loved his Wonder Woman. That is on my pull list. No, nothing here. Nothing here. I'm getting down to the dregs a little bit here, so I may need to jump to the next week. So let's move on. Middle of September. So we're already halfway through September, and I really counted 2 books on my pull list. On this list right here, I gave up on Nightwing when Taylor ended. I didn't really want to hit another writer's vision for the character at that point. I may come back and give it a shot. World's Finest, I read up until Dan Mora left, but I'm not reading it once the artist changed. It just didn't work for me the same way. Amazing Spider-Man, get out of here. Ultimate Black Panther, I enjoyed, but not enough to keep reading it. There it is. Wonder Woman by Tom King. That is my favorite DC Marvel book at this point. It is a consistently excellent comic book, and now that Daniel Sampere is back, I'm very happy that his artwork has returned. Here's the big question mark, though, gang, and I do have a video I'm going to make on this at some point. We've got a DC Marvel crossover coming. Batman, Deadpool, or if you're a Marvel fan, Deadpool, Batman. There are 2 issues coming, one in September, one in October, and then a big gap, I hear, and maybe more in the future depending on popularity. Will I buy one of them? I don't know. There are so many covers. I'll have to get into that at some point, I guess. New Gods, no. Batman and Robin Year 1 issue 11. So there it is. That series has been very entertaining. I'm assuming it's a maxi series. I think I'll just buy the whole thing and trade, but I have not bought any of the single issues, but it's been very good. I've been enjoying The Incredible Hulk, but I've moved to reading that in digital form. That's the Philip Kennedy Johnson series. Here's another book on my pull list. So here we go. We're at 4 now. I think, sorry, I scrolled up really fast. Hopefully nobody got nauseous. I think this is the 4th book now on my pull list. Exquisite Corpses. Currently my favorite indie comic. Absolutely exciting, entertaining, wild ride. And yes, that is a pull list book for me. So issue number 5 coming here in September. Everything else, though, I'm just gonna keep on trucking here, gang. Keep on trucking. No thank you to Phoenix. I'm sure my daughters might like crypto, but I'm not gonna be snagging that. Nope. No, thank you. So yeah, no, bit of a hater here. The Seasons. I'm waiting for that to be that story to be complete, and then I'll probably buy it and trade. I do have the first 2 or 3 issues, and I really did enjoy that Rick Remender series. It is quite an unusual ride, and I did like that a lot. So that one is one I'm reading in trade, but not single issues. You could argue that that's part of my pull list, and I would not argue back. But so far, I think we're at 3, and let's keep going to the 24th. And here we've got Absolute Wonder Woman, Ultimate Spider-Man, Detective Comics, Superman, and X-Men. Some stuff that I know people are really enjoying, but it's just not for me. It's just not. It's not working for me in the sense that I'm going to put it on the pull list. And we've got Justice League Unlimited, which I tried. It just didn't wow me very much. It was a little bland after the really entertaining World's Finest that Dan Mora and Mark Waid had been doing. Void Rivals, I liked, but I didn't love. New Daredevil, did not read it. Let's see. Storm, there's another book on my pull list. So now we're at 4 titles on my pull list. That's been very entertaining. I like when the artist writer duo stays on it, but occasionally, obviously, they've been forced to rotate. Disappointing when that happens. Department of Truth, issue 0. That is very curious. I know that book's been on a bit of a break, and now it's back. I've been reading it in collected editions, so that's a read that I'm trying to stay up on. No thank you to Black Cat or Hyde Street or Emma Frost. No thank you. Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. Let him have it. Go ahead, Godzilla. Do what you got to do. Do your worst. No, I think that's pretty much it. I think we got one more week, right? The 31st. Nope. I'll do the first week of October just to double check I didn't miss anything over the month. The new series of Batman. I know Batman did start over, and I'll double check at the end here who is the new creative duo on that series. Poison Ivy. Yeah, we're back again. So I do think I'm at that 4 or 5 issues a month in my pull list. Lucky Devils has been good, but again, I'm kind of reading that one digitally and not picking up the singles. All right, I'm going to remind myself now who is the new creative team, because I do think a new creative team is starting off here in an exciting way. Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez, really talented people. So let's go and see when the first issue of their run drops. Again, you can do all of this on the League of Comic Geeks website if you don't mind the little pop-up ads. Scrolling down to the bottom, I can see issue 1 is September 3rd. Let's jump over there. I did not read it closely enough. So this new series kicks off on September 3rd, so very, very soon here. And they've got a $4.99 first issue. That's not bad. It's a brand new issue to kick off an era that will test Batman and Bruce Wayne like never before. Nothing exciting there. So a lot of issue number 1 covers. They got about 10 or 15 at least. So variant. Nothing that's wowing me. The art germ is kind of cool. So yeah, I might possibly read that one at some point. We'll see. Maybe it's worth checking out. So there you go. That is my pull list at the moment. Meager, to say the least. You let me know what your pull list is at these days. Do you even have one? I know some people that have completely given up on new comics. Inversely, I have friends that's all they do. They love it so much, and there are so many there. And there is no wrong way to do this hobby. But my collecting has really shifted in a big, big way. And I'm not the same kind of collector I was from before. I don't know what that means for me long term, but I'm just curious what it means, what it has meant for last year in your collecting. Huge thank you to the channel supporters, those channel members who go above and beyond what I ask of you, which is just to watch the video, leave me a comment, maybe hit that thumbs up, maybe. But these folks go above and beyond. And as a result, they are entered to win the big giveaway at the end of every month coming up here soon. At the end of August, I'll have some goodies for them. So thank you to those folks for doing that little extra, going that extra mile. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys who came and hung out and watched all 13 minutes of this video, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.